Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons. This one I'm going to be making a starter to make my very own sourdough. That's the starter.
I don't know about you, but have you been struggling to get hold of yeast? Oh yes. Anyway, so I was thinking to myself, why don't I have a go at making sourdough? So for that, you need a sourdough starter, and to do that you need a lot of time and patience. I've never done it before, so this is going to be an experiment, but this is what we need. A container, some flour and some water. That's filtered water, or use bottled water and use unbleached flour. It doesn't really matter what flour you use. I've got some rye and that's a bread flour, it's a strong flour, but I think you could just use a plain or all-purpose flour, it'll be fine, just not bleached. Anyway, so let's see how it goes, shall we?
Okay, day one. In grams, get some good scales and be as accurate as you can. Filtered water or bottled water. I've put a full recipe in the description, so you can also go and see that, and there is a conversion of what that would be in ounces. But it's just so much easier for this case to use grams. I'm sorry guys that use imperial. It's not as accurate. Right, so the flour, I've decided to use a combination of white and rye, but it doesn't really matter. Just make sure that flour is unbleached, and you can alternate it each day or just use the same one. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, just be a bit fussy. I normally do a bit of history, but I mean sourdough is just as old as older than history, basically. So pretty much as soon as humans were growing cereals, agriculture, they were making breads. So that's how old this is. Many thousands of years. Alright, so we're looking good there. It's a bit messy, but you know, by hook or crook, get that off there.
Okay, day one. Don't put the lid on too tight, just sit it on.
Okay, and make sure you label this and very clearly state each day what day you're on. So day one done. Day two, a little bit of change. You can see, yeah, it looks a bit different. We're not taking any away this day, we're just feeding it again. So the same amount of flour and water, and it's going to be the same every day that we add in, so you don't have to have different amounts of different days, which I've seen some other recipes for which completely baffled me. So this one was like, okay, this is the most simpleton version I could find, and I think, yeah, that suits me. And I'm sure if you got used to doing this, you could probably just do it by eye after a while as well, without even using scales. But there we go, day two, done. So don't worry, I'm not filming every single day, but this is the first day that we take some of the mixture away, and you can see we've got a bit of life in there. There's some bubbles. So we're taking away exactly half of the mixture, and that's going to be the same every day until the end of time, until you stop feeding your starter, because you can keep this going forever, for years and years. So take away 140 grams and replace that with 140 grams, and obviously that's half and half flour and water. So it really is that simple. You can't get confused by this. So we've had that in the feed. You may ask, what do you do with the stuff you throw away? Well, you get rid of. You can either get rid of it, or you could mix some other flour and water into that and have a second batch of starter on the go. Anyway, that's day 4, day 6. Looking good. Day 7.
Day 7. Sourdough. Bubbles. Yes. Okay, so that's looking good. Definitely some activity. I thought it might be looking a bit more lively by this stage, but a few more days to go until our 10th day. So, and this is what's unusual. It's sort of almost like a sort of vinegary or even paint smell. Like a faint, like if you're in a hardware store and you're in the paint section, you get that sort of faint smell. It's hard for me to think of a better way of describing it. So apparently that's correct. Okay, so day 8, big change in my sourdough starter. Just come down the side there. Hopefully that'll make sense. That has really quite moved up the side. It might have even moved up and fallen down again.
So there we go. 2 weeks in, that is my sourdough done. Really good. And if you want to know if it worked. Yeah, it did. That's coming in the next video, how I made that beauty. Anyway, thank you very much for watching Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons. See you in the next one, coming real soon. Bye.